Xiao thought the short allegations were rough. And this is the moment where Diluc makes Jean realize that she's gay. He's gonna be biting. Why? I want Dehya to bite his tongue off. Babe, look at you. How long has it been? It's been like 5 million quadrillion gazillion years, hasn't it? How are you? Oh my god, babe, that's so lovely. This? Aren't you nosy? You asking me who gave it to me? A girl never kisses and tells. It was Yelan. Do we have a problem? You look like you don't believe me. Would you think I drew this on myself for clout on the internet? You know, jealousy is a disease. Get better, babe. I don't actually talk like that. Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is E, as in like, ew. And today we're doing another tier list where we are ranking the Genshin Impact ships based on their first kiss. I got this idea for this video from one of you guys. So if you have a tier list idea that you want to see made on the channel, then definitely just comment it below. Also, I know, we need to talk about the elephant in the room. You're not subscribed. You should subscribe, because between you and me, I've been told that people who subscribe and become a silly soldier today ends up winning all of their 50/50s at early pity, and it's like crazy. Like Hoyoverse is contacting me like, girl, what are you doing? This is like illegal. And I'm like, you can't sue me. This is defamation. So it's a whole thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Me and Dawe are in the parking lot fighting every single day. He's so funny. Anyway, you should just take it as fact and not fiction and just subscribe. To live, laugh, love some more, you should go follow us at twitch.tv/eissocial for more of this very sane behavior. Also, make sure to stick around to the end of the video so you could see who I think has the very best first kiss. Let's explain the tier list real fast, shall we? Okay, here's the tier list. Woo! The first category is two masters, both alike in dignity. And favorite one would be Layarcine. This is basically where both people just like know what they're doing. It's full of love and it's just experienced. And now they're gonna have an amazing relationship because of it. Second category is Cupid Sweet. Cupid Sweet means like nothing really bad happens. It's just kind of like sweet and wholesome and like soft and like butterfly kisses, and you both are both nervous, and it's just sweet and wholesome all the way around. The third category is Stiff as a Corpse. This is where one or both people on the ship have no idea what they're doing and they're super nervous, so they just kind of like they just don't move their lips at all. So it's like kissing a wall. The fourth category is Sloppy and Wet. Ew. This one, I don't want to explain. This one, it's just loud. It's giving water park. It's giving slip and slide. It's giving how can a person produce this much saliva and why? The fifth category is tongue. The sixth category is fish mouth. They're a little lost, but they've got the spirit. They're kind of going into it like, ew, this is gonna be a terrible list. And the last category is injury. Again, the enthusiasm is there. Just like reel it back though. We're coming back from it like, ow, what's wrong with you? Hannibal Lecter right now? Stop eating my face. One of them is leaving the kiss a changed person. Okay, anyway, so let's just get into it, okay? First up, as always, is Beigguang. Off the bat, they are going in two masters, both alike in dignity. Okay, you cannot tell me that these two ladies aren't experienced. Maybe they're just like hanging out in the Jade Chamber playing some chess, and they just kind of like both go in for it. So there's no way that this first kiss isn't magical. Next up is beneficial. So for the youngsters, I don't really like feel comfortable ranking their first kiss, but if we're talking about like first kisses when you're like a teenager, I don't think anybody's leaving the first kiss feeling good about themselves because they're so young. We're keeping the video obviously PG-13, but I just don't want to. So there we go. Zhongchi. I'm gonna put it in tongue. There's just no way that Child Tartagula Ajax is like a good kisser. I'm so sorry. If this was like the modern age, Child would definitely look up how do you kiss on WikiHow and like try to like practice on his hand. Like he's definitely done that and he still doesn't get it. He heard about like what they do in Fontaine and everything, so he was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go in and be bold with the tongue. And Zhongli may be the reptile in this relationship, but even Zhongli is perplexed and befuddled as to what his tongue is doing in his mouth. But Zhongli of course like adores him, so then he'd be very patient. I just really think that Child's coming in hot. I kind of want to say the same thing for Chai Lumi. I think Lumaine probably knows what's going on, but Child again too enthusiastic. So I'm gonna put it again in tongue. Like I feel like it's just bad. I don't think Lumaine would be as like caring and patient as Zhongli.
Cut the cameras. Deadass.
I feel like Lumaine would be like, what was that? And Child is like, come baby, you know I'm just trying out something new. Lumaine's like, yeah, no, how about you untry that? Okay, let's start over and minus everything that just happened. Okay, so Yae Miko. Absolutely 100% stiff as a corpse. And the culprit, A. There's just no way that A has any game. As I said before, Yae Miko is literally in the hospital because her back hurts from trying to riz up this woman. But after all this time, all this yearning, now it's time to like, I don't know, maybe get a little kissy kissy. I feel like A would be like, oh my god, are we about to kiss right now? A would kind of get like nervous and just kind of shut her eyes and go. And then Yae, who finally thought that all of her hard work is finally paying off. She sees what's in front of her and it's just like, oh my god. Eula Amber, okay, let's just say, I think Amber would be a really sweet kisser. But Eula, I feel like Eula can be in any of these categories. I'm gonna say for now, fish mouth. I don't think Eula knows what to do. Interacting is not her strongest suit, so I don't think kissing would be either. She just would be so excited, but just like a little confused, and it's not that big of a deal. Amber could just be like, oh, you know, maybe close your mouth a little bit and move your lips, and then Eula would be good at taking notes. And I think Amber finds it like absolutely so endearing, but I don't think it would be like any of the other ones, because I don't think Eula would be that forward to do any of the other ones, but she'll get there. Itto, Gorou, I don't think either of them know what to do. So I'm gonna say injury. I'm gonna say injury because one, Oni and dog. There's gonna be a lot of fangs going on, so I feel like a bite will happen either on purpose or by accident, and it's gonna be like painful and not fun. I think Gorou probably has a little bit more of a hint than Itto, so Gorou could like try to like savor the moment, but if they're both bad at it, then who's to say that it was bad? And anybody else they told it to was like, oh my god, ow, are you okay? And they're like, oh, is that not supposed to happen? They're like, no, what the hell's wrong with you guys? Okay, so Ayato Itto, since I am certified Ayato simp, Ayato definitely is an amazing kisser. Let's be so for real right now. And I'm not biased because I'm like in love with him. Like Ayato definitely is a good kisser. Itto on the other hand, no. The initial first few moments of contact, I think it's gonna be sloppy and wet. I think it's just gonna be way too enthusiastic, and I think it's gonna be a lot of unnecessary saliva and noises. This is so disgusting. Itto's not a good kisser, guys. Canon. I don't think injury, but close to it. And I think Ayato just stops him really fast. And then when he stops him, it becomes like really sweet and soft and like really wholesome. But Ayato has to shut that down. He's gonna be like, okay, no. Need to get some napkins, clean up. There's too much. Whatever's going on right here, back up. Back up. Itto Sara. So Itto Sara, I think it's gonna be stiff as a corpse. And I think Itto just kind of changes how his approach goes depending on the person he's with. I still think at the end of the day, Sara is still like a little intimidating to Itto. So I think he'd be like extra super nervous when it comes to Sara. And I think he would just freeze up. And Sara would just like kind of look at him and just start crying. I think she'd be like, this dumb Oni, why am I in love with this guy? Like, why did I have to choose this guy? Okay, Diluc. Do I think that Diluc's a bad kisser? No, I think realistically, I think he's mid. But for the comedy of it all, I'm gonna make him a bad one because it's my channel and it's my Diluc headcanon and I get to beat him up and make fun of him because he never came home in my 50/50s. So Diluc definitely mid kisser. Jean upper mid, I would say. But I think it's really funny to imagine Diluc just being stiff as a corpse. Diluc can definitely act under pressure, but that's like in fighting, in like in war. This is kissing his childhood love. So I definitely think he'd be like nervous. I think it's like one of those things where the first kiss just like isn't very good. And then like Jean's like, I'm gay. And this is the moment where Diluc makes Jean realize that she's gay. Jean Lisa, on the other hand, I'm gonna say this is Cupid sweet. Lisa, let's just say my girl needs no introduction. Jean, on the other hand, I think Jean is just a little timid. She's a little nervous, but it's really sweet. It's patient. It's loving. It's nice. Kaeya Albedo, everybody likes to imagine Kaeya is just like, you know, well-versed in the people of Mondstadt. I think that the flirty facade is just that. I think it's just a facade and that he actually has no experience like at all. I definitely don't think he's a bad kisser though. I don't think Albedo has any more experience than he does, but I definitely think at the end of the day, it's still gonna be like really sweet and really cute. It's just a sweet, maybe it's like a little peck at first, just to like test the waters. I definitely think it's really wholesome. And then maybe later it doesn't become wholesome, but you know, Kaeya Diluc. Again, I've said in the past that I do not ship this ship because again, I see them as adoptive brothers. Kaeya Rosaria, again, I think Rosaria is very experienced and Kaeya is not. I think Kaeya knows that everybody perceives him as like this, you know, playboy. So I think he'd think that Rosaria thinks that he'd be better than he actually is. So I think to try to overcompensate, I think Kaeya would try to do like a little bit of tongue in like a bad way. Ew. I think he'd try to be like, yeah, I'm suave like that. And Rosaria is like, girl, what are you doing? But I definitely think Kaeya's gonna go into it a little bit, trying to be like a little expert. And Rosaria is like immediately like, dude, I know you're not. Like, you don't have to. I thought we went over this. Or you can just be yourself. Like, chill out. Genshin, I feel like they are Cupid sweet bait. I try to like take these scenarios and kind of switch them on their head and kind of like think of like maybe the initially unexpected, but honestly, I can't really imagine either of them really going full ham on anything other than just being like really sweet. So instead, I'm gonna say that they are gonna be in Cupid's Suite. I know, I guess it's too obvious, but I just don't think that it would be any of the other ones at all. I think they're both on the same like level. They both have the same amount of XP. It's not like the best, but it's not like overly bad that you need to be like, oh, it's gross. It's just kind of like a first kiss, like a true first kiss. Kokomi Gorou, just for the jokes and the gags, I'm gonna say fish mouth. Because Kokomi's a fish. So like, what else did you expect from her? Okay, just for the joke of it, I'm just gonna put her back in fish for Kokomi Sora. Let's not be serious. That's so good. Anyway, moving on so fast. Albedo Mona, I definitely think it's gonna be sloppy and wet. Ew. If you're icked out, just know that I'm icked out 10 times more because the words are coming out of my mouth. Yes, they're going into your ears, but they're coming out of my mouth first. So yeah, I'm invalidating your experience right now. That's basically what I'm saying. Again, I think Albedo doesn't have the most experience, but he's also not clueless. So I definitely think Albedo at least knows what to do, theoretically. Mona would think like, oh yeah, I'm killing this right now. I am a genius and I'm so good at everything that I do. And Albedo later is like, you know, we should talk about technique. And Mona would just like not catch the hint that she's just god awful at it. Ningguang and Zhongli, come on now. There's just no way that it's not this. Like, do I even need to explain? Like, Zhongli, old as dirt. Real, actually. And Ningguang, a prestigious woman of class and culture. It'd be a really good first kiss. Maybe leads to, yeah. Okay, anyways, moving on. Oh god. It's like my job now to do a Sara dirty. I think it's gonna be stiff as a corpse, but like first place. I think they're both gonna be stiff as a corpse, blind leading the blind. And I don't think a lot of movement's gonna happen. I think their heads are just gonna be stuck there for a second, and they're both like, is this what's supposed to be? Is she enjoying this? Am I enjoying? I don't know. And they both kind of finished and they're like, well, I don't know much, but what I do know is that it's over. I think it's gonna be a lot of stiffness and just not moving. Sucrose Albedo. I think I'm gonna say stiff as a corpse as well, just because of Sucrose. I know Sucrose has not a fucking clue. Again, my previous headcanons of Albedo still stand, but with Sucrose, she's just so nervous, and Sucrose is gonna be like too freaking nervous to do anything about it. Maybe she like ends up like walking away at the end of it, like, I can't do this. And then she just leaves in the middle of the kiss. Toma Ayaka. My headcanon of Toma is that he's a serial killer. More on that later. So I'd like to say that Toma is probably like crazy, but with Ayaka, I just don't think that crazy comes out. I definitely think it's like really sweet. They would both be like really shy because Ayaka is so sweet. Toma around Ayaka would also be really sweet. So I definitely think that this is nothing but sweetness. Ayato and Toma, on the other hand, I think it's a good kiss. I think they're both like good at it. Toma would definitely be like a little nervous at first, a little bit, because it's like Ayato. I think it's just a good first kiss, and it's both like filled with like a lot of love and a lot of yearning, and also a lot of like psychopathic tendencies, because Toma is crazy. I definitely think that it would get kind of crazy, but good. 10 out of 10. Aether Xiao. I really think it's stiff as a corpse. I really don't think Xiao knows at all what to do. I don't think it's like cute. I think Aether would kind of know what to do, but I just don't think Xiao has any clue. Or definitely in the middle of the kiss, Aether opens his eyes like a little bit because he feels like someone's watching him, and Xiao is just full on just staring at him. Also being so stiff, and there's like no movement at all. Oh, Xiao. I just think every single Xiao ship is stiff as a corpse. I definitely think Lumaine would also be like really patient and try to help Xiao like, you know, loosen up a little bit. Venti would also think it was like really sweet and also try to like, you know, make it better. And I think all of them would sooner or later end up in the Cupid Suite category. But I just think that Xiao across the board, unlike Itto, Xiao would be kind of like consistently not moving and not knowing what to do. Sorry, Xiao. Xiao thought the short allegations were rough. Aether Ayaka, absolutely is this going to be really sweet. I definitely think it would just be like pure. You know, it's Ayaka. I don't think it would be anything crazy. I would love Ayaka to be, you know, crazy and like bad at something because she's so perfect, but I think she's just sweet for the first kiss. And you know, same goes for Lumaine, if not more sweet. So I really don't think it'd be anything else. I think Ayaka and Lumaine would just have like a really sweet first kiss, and it would be like underneath the stars with Yoimiya's fireworks going off around them, and it'd just be like what YA novels are made out of. Hu Tao Yonfei is injury. Like, there's no way that Hu Tao isn't going to get like a little bit violent. I like my Hu Tao canon just absolutely feral and bad and unhinged, okay? I think it would be like too aggressive. The start off would be too rushed, and then maybe their heads bump a little bit, and like maybe their teeth kind of scrape, and the Yonfei is literally getting like beat up. Yanfei would just kind of go with the punches a little bit and try to like, you know, steady Hu Tao. They're definitely leaving that with two completely different perspectives about what just went down. Hu Tao left that like, wow, yeah, she wants me. And Yanfei left it like shaken to her core and like, what just happened? Okay, Yoimiya and Ayaka. Guys, dare I say it's the sweetest. It's the sweetest, and yes, maybe that is super expected. But come on, it's Yoimiya and Ayaka. Do you really think it's gonna be anything else? It's gonna be really sweet and timid and nervous, but just like overall, just a lovely first kiss. And if you're like gonna argue with me, I don't think. Oh my god. Okay, Wanderer and Mona. It's Wanderer. He's gonna be biting. Why? Like, Mona's gonna be like, why are you angry? Wanderer's gonna be like, I'm not angry. What do you mean? I'm not angry. I'm like excited to do this. If you think I'm bad at it, then whatever. Like, whatever. Shut up. I didn't even want to kiss you anyway. I'd want to have all my memories purged of that if I was Mona. Dude, I feel for Mona right now in this moment. God damn. I hate Alhaitham Dehya. I've used this tier list several times for videos, and every single time I see this ship, it still pisses me off. I'm gonna say injury, because I want Dehya to bite his tongue off. You go, girl. Go piss, girl. Okay. Cyno and Tighnari. I definitely think Tighnari, like, is a good kisser. Cyno, on the other hand, I just did the Parade of Providence event, and we walked up on Cyno talking to himself as if he was in a TCG book. And he was talking like, I am the savior, and I shall go forth with confidence. You're telling me him? Okay, sure. And Beto's straight. For the jokes, I think I'm gonna put them in front of the line for slop and wet. I think Cyno would just go too ham. I think it's either too much or it's stiff as a corpse and he's not moving. Honestly, I think both exist at the same time, but I'm just gonna put them in slop and wet because I think it's just really funny. Or after the kiss, Cyno would look at Tighnari in his eyes and be like, I'm the General Mahamatra, more like the General Mahamatra. And then Tighnari would just look at him like, Kandake and Dehya, come on now. Put respect on my girls' names. Are you joking? These are two masters. I think the first kiss would happen after they were, you know, shopping together. And Dehya would like try on a lipstick and be like, oh my god, isn't this lipstick so pretty? Does it look good on me? And Kandake would be like, oh, it does look good. Do you think it'd look good on me too? And Dehya's like, I don't know. We can test it out. And then Kandake's like, okay. This is the third time using this tier list, so I will again make this alteration. Imagine that Nilou is Kaveh, and that I am now ranking Kavehtham. Is Alhaitham good at kissing? Do I want to say no so badly right now? Yeah. But can I also see that being like so unfairly good at kissing? Yes. And the fact that it pisses me off makes me think that it's right. I'm gonna say that Kaveh actually is gonna be the worst kisser in this scenario because it'd be so funny for their dynamic that they both go in for the kiss and then like Alhaitham starts to like judge and critique Kaveh's technique in the middle of it, and Kaveh is like looking at him like, kidding me right now? I think I'm gonna put it in sloppy and wet only because I think Kaveh would just be like a little bit too excited. I think it's definitely more than necessary, but it's not overwhelmingly bad. Dehya, Nilou, definitely it's gonna be like really sweet. I think it's just really cute to imagine a big muscular girlfriend with her like her theater girlfriend. Can't get cuter than that. A la very much Ayaka Yoimiya, just like adorable. These guys, I don't care. Goodbye. Aw, Dehya Dunyazard. I don't think Dunyazard's a really bad kisser though, so I'm just gonna say it's really sweet. It'd just be more sweet and fresh out of a novel than anything else. Hazel Lume. Definitely think Hazel's going in with tongue. I'm gonna say that for both. He may be looking for clues all the time, but for right now, he's lost all of them. I definitely think he'd be like way overconfident, and he is going to be violent with the appendage in his mouth. Sorry, Hazel. Also, for all Hazel kooky enjoyers out there, I'm gonna put them in that category too, just because of Hazel. Diluc, Donna, it's just not gonna be good. They're not gonna be on the same rhythm. It's just gonna be terrible. I think Donna would probably be like the really bad one. I think it would be Fishmouth. I think Donna would be the Fishmouth in this situation. All Diluc knows is that it's bad, and then he's not enjoying himself like at all. Kazuha Scaramouche, definitely violent. I think Kazuha would definitely like mellow it out really fast, but I definitely think Scaramouche is going hot. Albedo Aether is definitely really sweet, if not two masters, both alike in dignity. We're done. We made it out alive. Oh my god. This is the full tier list. Okay, anyways, how are you doing? Check your pulse. How'd we do? Again, if you have any headcanons about how some of these situations would go down in further depth, please let me know about them in the comments below. I love reading your comments. I hope this was fun. I had a lot of fun making it, even though I definitely got the ick like a million times for some of these characters. I still had a lot of fun. Make sure to like the video if you did. It really helps out the channel a lot. Please make sure to subscribe, because if you subscribe, then that adds one more XP point into Cyno's experience bar of kissing, and thus you will be saving Tighnari's life. So do it for Tighnari. Don't do it for me. Do it for Tighnari. Again, if you want to see more absolutely goofy like this happen, but like in real time, definitely join us on twitch.tv/eissocial. And of course, I am a woman of my word. So the best first kiss goes to, I think, Beigguang. I think Beigguang and or Zhongli Ningguang. And the culprit, Ningguang, being in both, what can I say? Ningguang really just is the best kisser in all of Tibet. Hey, hey, hey. Yippee! I never lied before in my life, and I never will, because I'm right. And that, my friends, is the end of this very fun, tumultuous journey that we have both journeyed on together. So either I'll see you on Twitch or I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.